Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii and in this video we're going to take a look at the best looking cars in GTA Online. First one is going to be the Banshee GTS, probably the newest car on this list, is absolutely beautiful. Not to mention it's one of the, if not the fastest land vehicle in the entire game. It's got a crazy top speed when you upgrade it into HSW. It's got a decent amount of liveries, of course it's got the regular stripes, it's got a fat red stripe going down the middle. The Spotlight Racer one is actually really clean, not gonna lie. The abstract is also a super cool looking one, a couple of racing themed ones, and then that's pretty much it. The spoiler options are also amazing, by the way. If you want to have a little ducktail, you could do that. If you want to have some bigger ones, you can. The competition wing is actually crazy, not gonna lie, but I absolutely love the customization of this one. Definitely put the primary or secondary trim on the back of it. The bumper options are pretty solid as well, even though usually I just like to go for the simple options. You can have the exhaust both on the back of the vehicle and also on the side of it. I personally like the rear exhaust. This one looks cleanest. It's a lot of fun to drift going at a super high top speed because this thing gets really fast really quick. Next one is going to be the Growler. This is one of my favorite looking vehicles in the entire game, not just in the sports class, mainly because of this beautiful darker blue paint job with a bright blue on the pearlescent. It looks super nice. This car actually looks pretty similar to a car we're gonna have later on in the video, but I just think both the front and the back of it look absolutely amazing. I really like Porsches, and so this is one of the, if not the best looking Porsche in the game. Some interior options as well, so customization is absolutely beautiful in this one. If you like customizing cars, this one is definitely a must-have. We have so many different options, lip spoilers, so 31 different categories to customize is a ton. If you've seen other vehicles, they usually have like 20 to 25 options, or categories I should say, so 31 customization options is a ton. You even have some tints for the taillights. I went for the blue one to match the paint job, although it does look a little bit better without it maybe. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it for now. We gotta take a look at the different liveries. So of course I went with the simple one. It's just got the P-Fister logo on the side of the vehicle. Looks super clean if you ask me. Then you also have a Growler logo if you prefer that one. We have some stripes, so some black and red. We have some black, a really interesting looking purple camo one, some racing ones, some rusty looking racing ones. So this is super cool. These options are honestly some of the best in the entire game. This one's actually a really interesting one. It's got like an all gray racing one on one side and then more of like a chameleon looking flame on another side. This one's actually such a clean racing one, not gonna lie. I love the green and the yellow. A ton of cool looking customization options, and the nice thing about this car is you can have a regular spoiler and a lip spoiler at the same time. So along with the spoiler I already have on this car, you can actually put a ducktail on top of that, which is a super unique option. Usually you have to choose one or the other. 10 out of 10 customization for this car, also 10 out of 10 looks if you ask me. Another beautiful car is going to be the first supercar of the video. That is going to be the Nero or the Nero Custom. They're both basically the same car. The Nero Custom, obviously being the Benny's vehicle, has a bit more customization, so preferably go for the Nero Custom. Just go and upgrade it in Benny's, and this is one of the, if not the nicest looking Bugattis in the game. If you ask me, this looks 1,000 times better than, let's say, the Adder, and I can't really think of any other Bugattis in the game right now. I don't think we have too many Bugattis, to be honest. Maybe we have the Thrax as well, which is also a good looking car, but I prefer the Nero Custom for whatever reason. I just think it looks better. The stock wheels of this thing look absolutely beautiful, and I did actually manage to color them. It's a glitch you have to do. If you don't know how to do that, I did make a video on that fairly recently, but these stock wheels are honestly one of the, if not the nicest looking unique stock wheels that you can't just go and equip on any car. It's also got the matching outline on the wheels that matches up with the paint job, and one of the biggest customization highlights with this car is the cool looking exhaust. I went for the twin exhausts, a quad one, which is also really cool. It's got like a hex quad one. Let's check out some of the liveries, even though I do prefer Bugatti to be somewhat clean, but we got some racing ones. The spoilers are also a pretty cool option. There aren't a ton of options like, let's say, with the Growler, but they do look really nice. The mid-level GT spoiler, in my opinion, does look like the best one. It's also got the Truffade logo on the side of the spoiler, which is super cool. That's basically Bugatti inside of GTA Online. The Baller ST is another beautiful car. It's the main Range Rover in GTA Online, at least the first one we had in the game. The Baller ST is the main Range Rover I'd say we have in GTA Online, at least the first one. Hopefully in GTA 6 they have a little bit more of a realistic Range Rover, but this is the closest thing we got, and I do think it's one of the best looking SUVs in this game. The taillights look super cool, the headlights as well. They did make a decent job with this car. Just hoping for a bit more of an updated one with a bit more customization. Keep in mind there's so many different versions of the Baller in GTA Online. There's the Baller LWB, the regular Baller, the Baller LE. I also really like those stock wheels. I do think they fit it pretty well. I'm pretty sure those are the stock ones. Yeah, the stock wheels of the Baller. Kind of contradicting myself, but there's 26 categories to customize, so a decent amount of hood options. I have the limited time Christmas livery on this one, but here are what the regular liveries look like. This Arrow one is pretty interesting. There is a Panic basketball one. That's actually a really unique livery. I like that. Somehow they made a gas station livery look cool. I don't know how they did that. We have complex stripes. We have a bit more of a bougie one. I actually really like this one. I made the car green since I was trying to match it up with the whole festive theme, but honestly, if you have this thing in black, it could look much better. It's got the Republican Space Ranger livery, which honestly covers the entire car almost. That looks super cool. There's something on the hood that's a little bit rated R, so I can't really show that, but another cool livery right there. They have the UK flag livery on the side of the car. That's actually super cool if you match it up with a different paint job, because once again, green is not the best, honestly. They have it in white as well. And finally, the Christmas livery. So I'm actually really happy with the liveries. I think the liveries are some of the best we have in the game. That's a great selection. Now, I've been saying this for quite a while, but some of the cars that we really should see much more of in Los Santos are Teslas. And so currently, I'm pretty sure we only have one Tesla in the game, and that is going to be the Raiden. Great looking car. It could have been a little better. I think the back of it looks super cool. The front of it could use some work. I'm expecting a lot more Teslas in GTA 6, and honestly, they should add more Teslas now to Los Santos, just because Teslas are super common to see in Los Angeles in real life, so might as well put some more in Los Santos. I don't know why I decided to go for a spoiler on this one, but it's a super fast electric car. The acceleration is absolutely insane. It's even got the cool looking sunroof on top of the vehicle, just like the real life Teslas. I feel like it does lack a little bit of customization. They could have really added a lot more to this car. I mean, only 3 hood options, one of them just being a carbon option, so kind of a letdown when it comes to customization with this one. I mean, not very unique options. Like, you have mirror options, but it's literally just stock, secondary, and carbon. Like, come on now. Nothing too special with the skirts. It's got 18 total categories. That's nothing compared to the 31 categories we had with the Growler. The highlight of the customization is probably just the spoiler. I feel like a lot of people don't even want to put a spoiler on the cars, so come on, Rockstar, you gotta give some better customization here. Big letdown with the customization. Regardless though, amazing looking car. Let's move on to the next one. Then we have the Lamborghini Urus, the Toros, which is my favorite looking SUV in the entire game. The front of it especially looks super similar to the real life version. It looks absolutely amazing. You can clearly tell it's a Lamborghini SUV. The back of it looks okay. The taillights are cool looking, but I feel like overall they could have made the back a little bit better. The interior is also pretty decent. Obviously, it's not at the level of the real life Lamborghini, but it's much better than some other vehicles we have. Speaking of, let's move on to the next one, which is that vehicle with some terrible interior. This one is based off the RollsRoyce Col, one of the most luxurious vehicles out there. The back of it looks absolutely beautiful. Just the whole outside of it is an absolute masterpiece, especially with this beautiful color as the paint job. But when you go in first person, unfortunately, you meet the most ridiculous looking interior to a Rolls-Royce that you've ever seen. This will give us a better view inside of the vehicle, so let's go in first person. Now that we're literally standing inside of the car, as you can see, this looks nothing like a Rolls-Royce, especially the back of this thing. Like, what in the world are these seats, and why are they so blurry as well? Like, this is just an absolute disaster class from Rockstar with this car. If you're gonna put a Rolls-Royce into the game, at least give it a good interior. Like, the outside looks great, but inside of the car, it literally looks like a 2000s truck or something like that. Then we have a vehicle that barely anyone uses. I haven't seen anyone use this vehicle since it came out, but this is going to be the Reinhardt. Every Audi lover's dream. This is one of the coolest looking Audis in the game, and super realistic looking as well. It looks very similar to a real life Audi. On top of the great looks, the customization is also amazing. I really like the customization. It's got a ton of variety. Let's check out some of the unique options. 25 categories to customize, but as you can see, a bunch of bumper options. You can change the seats of this thing. You can also put a roll cage if you wanted to on the inside as well. A decent amount of exhaust options as well. You can have them in the back or on the side of the vehicle. The liveries, which is probably my favorite customization option. A bunch of different patterns on these ones with some different colors on them, and yeah. The number one highlight for this car specifically is definitely the 18 roof options. I mean, that is a ton. Some are definitely much crazier than others, as you can see, but the scoops are cool, but you can also put a roof box on the top of it or a surfboard, which is honestly such a cool one. There's a regular wooden one, and then this one's a bit more colorful. Considering this isn't a Benny's vehicle, these customization options are amazing. As an honorable mention, I guess another amazing Audi is the Omnis EGT. Also recommend that one. And of course, we cannot forget about a beautiful looking BMW SUV like the Rebla GTS. Got a really cool looking sunroof, and the customization options are pretty decent. And for liveries, which once again, I love going over liveries if you haven't understood that yet. We have a German one. We have, I think that's Korean lettering. Correct me if I'm wrong down below in the comments. And then some racing one. I've always found it weird that SUVs could have spoiler options, but it does have a little bit, as you can see. Don't you worry, I did not forget to include a beautiful Ferrari on this list, so I went for the Turismo Omaggio. One of the best looking supercars in the entire game, hands down. The headlights of this thing look absolutely amazing. The taillights also look really nice. I went for a purple paint job, although if you want to make it more realistic, you definitely have to go for a bright red. This is what it would look like with a red minus the livery that I have on right now. Speaking of liveries, let's take a look at them. 23 different livery options. That is so much. So we have some Italian theme. This white stripe one is actually pretty interesting. We have the one I went for, and then a bunch of different racing ones. If you actually get a Ferrari and go for this livery, you are an absolute psycho. Anyway, that's the Turismo Omaggio. There's so many cars I could have included in this video, so let me know your favorite looking ones down below in the comments. And if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new for more awesome videos like these that you don't want to miss. And if you like this video, chances are you're gonna like the one on the screen right now. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.